This week has been quite the slew of news. As with all news in our video, you can read further details over on our Fextralife website. The last enigma has been discovered for the action RPG Nier Automata, which was announced by developer Yoko Taro on Twitter recently, uncovered by data miner and content creator Lance McDonald. Yes, the same Dark Souls data miner who has discovered bosses from the likes of Bloodborne, such as the Snakeball boss, and more. The final secret unveiled is actually a cheat code which allows players to apply it after killing the first boss. The cheat code, instead of a code consisting of numbers or letters, is actually a sequence of attacks, rolls, and moves, which kind of plays homage to the classic cheat formula games have used in the past. All moves must be pulled off while standing in a specific spot in order to be activated. This cheat is not a hack or exploit, but something actually written into the game. As to how Lance McDonald unearthed the secret, he shared it was due to hundreds of hours of reverse engineering. That is some dedication, but I'm sure many fans will be appreciative of this finding, as you can now unlock endings without going through the entire game. While I don't suggest using the code on the first time you play, as it is well worth playing through, it could be useful for those who've already played it through to get the main endings. Netflix has been steaming through a number of adaptations recently, including The Witcher, the animated variety which includes Castlevania, and most recently Dragon's Dogma. The next on their list seems to be Bethesda's action RPG, The Elder Scrolls series. The rumour has arisen due to an industry insider by the name of Daniel Richman, who has shared reports that Netflix is going to adapt the iconic franchise into a series which was picked up by Game Rant. So far, there is no confirmation of whether this is going ahead, but could be true. Bethesda already has plans for a Fallout 4 TV show for Amazon Prime Video, so another of their franchises making it into a series is quite possible. What do you think about The Elder Scrolls getting its own Netflix series? Would you watch it? Let us know in the comments below. A recent listing has been cited this week on the official Nintendo website in Japan that lists Kingdom Come Deliverance Roll Edition to be coming to the platform on February 18th, 2021, according to the timeline of upcoming releases. This led many to believe that KCD would be coming to the Switch for all. However, now the developer has confirmed that this is not the case. PR manager Toby Stoll-Spilling has shared a message on Twitter explaining that the listing was an error and that Kingdom Come Deliverance would not be coming to the Switch, at least not at the moment. The listings were erroneously added to the schedule for Switch games under DMM Games. However, DMM Games is bringing a new version of the title to PS4 in Japan, which is where the mix-up happened. While it's a shame it isn't true, a Switch version still could happen in the future, but is not planned for now. Upcoming sci-fi RPG Atomic Heart has gotten new details about the overall plot, launch window, and PC specs required to run the game. Mundfish, the developer behind the upcoming RPG Atomic Heart, has now revealed the release window for the game, which will be releasing this year in 2021. The Steam page has also been updated with new details about the plot of the game. The description shares that Atomic Heart's story is a what-ifs narrative about an alternative universe where the Soviet Union has now access to the technical revolution. The Steam description also promises huge open-world regions full of lush Soviet nature and less spacious territories of the facility complexes with its secret underground and above-ground labs, bunkers, and robotic logistics systems. Atomic Heart is expected to release sometime in 2021 on PC, last-gen consoles PS4 and Xbox One, as well as PS5 and Xbox Series X. In CD Projekt Red forum this week, the developer has addressed recent rumours about the game Cyberpunk 2077 having cut content before its release. It was to address the posts on the GameFAQs message board which suggests that the game cut storylines and major content in order to meet the launch date under pressure from top managers and foreign investors to go against the original development plans. The post from CD Projekt Red member known as Vatia commented on this rumour on the official developer forum, which they shared that it was simply not true. This was not a very long or descriptive explanation response to the post, so it does not go into detail exactly what parts of all is incorrect, but with a bumpy launch of the game, it is a wonder whether there was indeed some missing storylines that the post suggests. CD Projekt Red confirmed recently that they would be putting out a DLC this year the first free content to be releasing sometime in early 2021. While the details are somewhat thin, it's described to have substantial story-driven expansions. Developer People Can Fly have announced upcoming co-op shooter RPG Outriders has been delayed to April 1st. While you might be wary that this might be an April Fool's joke because of the date, the developer confirms this is no joke. The reason for the delay is to fine-tune the game. The message shared on the official Outriders Twitter account also announced that the demo would be coming on February 25th, 2021, meaning you can check out the game for free before the launch in April. The message outlines that players will get few hours and be able to try the 4 classes, which are Trickster, Pyromancer, Devastator, and Technomancer. Outriders was originally set to release in the holiday season of 2020, but was later delayed to February 2nd, 2021, but will now be releasing at the end of Feb. Outriders will have full cross-play support, meaning everyone across platforms can co-op together. Outriders is set to release on February 25th, 2021 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC. The next-gen RPG game that Wasteland developer InXile are currently working on sets to be a first-person title according to a job listing spotted by Twisted Voxel. The job roles currently sought after are for art director, facial animator, senior game designer, and a few engineering roles. The job descriptions share some details about the upcoming game, including tactile first-person weapons, and mentions combat abilities that draw the player right into the middle of the action. These job listings lead us to believe it's an action RPG. It will be some time before we will see anything of the game, though, as it was last reported the game was in its infancy and in the pre-production phase. This will be the first project after being acquired by Microsoft a couple years back, who picked up the developer to introduce some more RPG games to their platform. The digital event this week for Monster Hunter Rise showed off a number of monsters, features, gameplay, and more for the upcoming action RPG. There was also the announcement that the free demo is now live until January 31st. A new trailer was shown featuring more of the game, and then the livestream began. Capcom showed off a number of monsters during the broadcast. This included the new monster, Gos Harag, a monster that can breathe ice to form ice blades. The livestream was also demonstrated wyvern riding. Yes, you can lasso yourself a wyvern and even use the ropes to control and attack other monsters. The demo is now live on the Nintendo eShop for a limited time only. You can play up until January 31st. The demo will allow players to experience 2 training missions, which includes wyvern riding and basic training. You can also try out 2 hunts for the Great Azuki and Mitsuzune. Monster Hunter Rise will release on March 26, 2021, exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. During Grinding Gear Games livestream today, they revealed the brand new expansion for Path of Exile. The new expansion, Echoes of the Atlas, will contain a number of activities, new loot, and new builds. It also expands the endgame content with new bosses to best systems and skill trees. GG also revealed the expansion will be coming with the new League ritual. A strange entity called the Maven demands players to battle bosses in a number of arenas, making them even more difficult with the Maven watching. If you are successful in pressing the Maven, the challenges will start to climb, with pitting players against familiar bosses at the same time, even up to 10 at once. Completing this, the Maven will challenge players to duel. Defeating the Maven will come with unique rewards, such as the ability to build a new kind of skill tree. The new system options for customization gives players a way to choose what kind of endgame content they want to participate in. Both heist and harvest content returns in Path of Exile as part of the main game, adding even more random encounters into the world that players can discover. There has also been changes to the Ascendery classes. The Elementalist, the Inquisitor, Deadeye, and the Slayer are also getting improvements with the expansion, each getting new skills and making each of their classes more distinct. If you were wondering when Path of Exile 2 will release, it looks like that it won't be coming until next year 2022, according to a recent article on PC Gamer. Studio head Chris Wilson shared that the pandemic has caused some delays in development, making 2022 a more probable release window. If you want further details and an overview of what's coming with the next expansion, be sure to check it out on Fextralife.com. Path of Exile Echoes of the Atlas will release on January 15th for Windows PC and January 20th for PS4 and Xbox One. Well, that's it for the Week in the Wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. and budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.